One Zambia, One Nation. Thanks for joining us this evening on Zanis News. To present, I'm Juliet Mtale. The headlines. World Vision hands over Vulamukoko Dam. Government flags off farming input distribution for 2022-2023. Barrier arrangements set for the 21 UCZ accident victims. Zambia holds sports to commemorate Tourism Week. Zanis News in detail. We begin our news with Eastern Province, where about 1,800 farmers in Katete district will now grow irrigated crops and have a clean source of drinking water for their animals. This follows the completion and handover of Vulamukoko Dam to the community that the World Vision Zambia rehabilitated at a cost of 6 million kwacha. Hope Wale now reports.
Government in the 8th National Development Plan has prioritized investment into small-purpose dams to provide water to enable farmers undertake whole year-round agriculture. In Katete, the Minister of Fisheries and Livestock, Makozo Chikote, has handed over the rehabilitated Vulamukoko Dam and its canal that World Vision rehabilitated to the community.
It is government objectives to fully exploit abundant water resource and the agriculture potential that exists in all the provinces of Zambia. And this is espoused in the 8th National Development Plan, where government has prioritized the promotion of investment in small purpose dams in the country. And this is the only way to mitigate hydroclimate variability due to climate change that often result into water stress in most of parts of Zambia.
And World Vision Zambia, a partner that is supplementing government's efforts in providing water for whole year-round agriculture, wants the dam to be well managed.
You have to manage it. World Vision gave 6 million kwacha to build this dam and the weirs.
The traditional leadership is thankful to World Vision Zambia for giving the farming community a functioning dam.
Ine maloma mambomba ngombe niwonga kwambiri kubungwe la World Division panshito yomagwira yopasa mazi ya damu ku bantu banga bakuno ku Vulamukoko. Ili damu se World Division lero yayi idamu ni abantu bakuno ku Vulamukoko. Mambo alupemba ukamba kuti ili damu kuti samalike ndifanu wake amene tili kuno ku Vulamukoko.
Hope Walia, Katete District, Eastern Province.
From Eastern Province, we move to Central Province, where Deputy Permanent Secretary Godfrey Chitambala has observed the poor workmanship exhibited on the Mukushi Track Bay. Mr. Chitambala made the remarks when he inspected the facility in the area. Kelvin Tembo reports that the Mukushi Track Bay is being constructed at a cost of 480,000 kwacha using the local government equalization fund.
This is the Mukushi Track Park, constructed to decongest the Great North Road, which has been recording road carnages. But the poor workmanship on the facility, which was opened 2 weeks ago, has left stakeholders disappointed.
And I'm told it's to the tune of 400 plus, 480,000 kwacha. In the report, DPS is that this should be compacted. It is not compacted, and if you can see from the entrance, the dust emissions which are coming there during the rain season, that will be mad. Yes. Meaning these trucks will be getting stuck there. Meanwhile, we have paid this contract 100%. Okay? This is waste of resources. We needed some accountability from the contractor. How? And of course the local authority. How did they approve such short works? Yeah. These things, trucks get stuck. This thing was not compatible.
The director of works at the local authority was at pains to explain the project.
The scope of works for phase 3 included clearing the whole stretch. After clearing, it included leveling the surface After leveling, it included backfilling, and then after backfilling, we needed to compact the surface. Okay. Then thereafter, after compacting, we needed to what we called surfacing the area, which was putting up this manganese waste which you are seeing.
And Central Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Godfrey Tambala says government will not allow wastage of resources.
Objective of this project. Exactly. I think we should start from there. Why should we have a trucking parking out here?
And then they are not
start from there. Now we don't have trucks parking because when they try to park, they get stuck.
And there are no amenities.
And in fact, listen, from a layman point of view, like for me, I'm not seeing this actualize even in the rent system.
No.
Because what I've seen there already is so demoralizing. This what happens, yes. Money has been spent.
And how much?
This is the public fund. This is public
how
money.
Much?
480.
And the objective is not met.
No.
Yes. So what do we do now? Because money has been spent. Going to allow this. And our president do not allow this.
No.
Not even a pen. So, sorry to say this, yes. I think that, like I said, where we're coming from, the issue of laissez-faire kind of attitude towards work should come to an end now.
Kelvin Tembo for Zanis in Mukushi District, Central Province.
Thank you, Kelvin, for that report from Central Province. On the Copperbelt Province, government has disbursed over 1.9 million kwacha for skills development and women empowerment under the Constituency Development Funds in Luansha District. Karen Motion now reports.
To grow the informal sector into sustainable economic contributors, government is focusing on skills development and financial support for small businesses at community level using the Constituency Development Fund. In Ron constituency in Luansha District, government has handed over 1.9 million kwacha CDF to 15 women groups and 419 youths as bursaries for skills development and financial business support. Copperbelt Minister Elisha Matambo handed over the checks to the beneficiaries.
The handover ceremony of youth, women, and community empowerment funds under the Constituency Development Committee, CDF, is important because it translates into the actualization of the real change which is promised the people of Zambia. The empowerment of the youth, women, and communities under CTF is just one of the many vehicles which our government used to deliver skills development.
Luansha Mayor Charles Mulenga and Ron parliamentarian Joel Chibuye committed to support and work with the community.
Ba minister obuteko bwabudira ulupiolwa uluinginga nshikufika kuchikomo cha 3.4 million per quarter ukwesha okwafuirisha abantu benu ukutube ngafu wako ukulete emikate yabo mumayanda ukuyapa muolo.
I wish to appeal to the ward development committees, the constitutionally constituted lowest organs of our local government, to strengthen the community engagement and consult the community during the process of selecting or identifying suitable empowerment projects.
Beneficiaries to the funds have thanked government for its commitment towards supporting youths and women. CDF is one avenue government is using to spur development at community level. Karen Mshenywa, Zanis, Luansha District.
Government has flagged off the distribution of farming inputs for the 2022-2023 farming season. Minister of Agriculture Mutolo Piri stressed during the flagging off ceremony that government is determined to reduce the cost of farming inputs. We have Lakson Makota with the report.
Minister of Agriculture Mutolo Piri has officially flagged off the distribution of fertilizer for the 2022-2023 farming season with a call to smallholder farmers to use the fertilizer and seed for its intended purpose. Mr. Piri implored the farmers to desist from reselling the subsidized import as it is meant to empower them. He indicated that government has put in place measures to ensure that vulnerable but viable farmers benefit from the subsidized imports.
This fertilizer we are releasing, we would like it to reach the right people, the right beneficiary. And this is the small-scale farmer. We don't want this fertilizer to find itself in shops. We don't want this fertilizer to find itself across borders in other countries.
Mr. Piri also used the occasion to announce that farmers would be required to contribute 400 kwacha starting from 3rd October in order for them to access the farming imports.
But the farmer contribution has not changed. The farmers will be required to contribute only the 400 kwacha, which has been all along. We are not changing this. It's just 400 kwacha. So if you farmer out there in Mulowezi, out there in Chama, out there in Luingu, out there across the whole country, if you are being asked to pay more, refuse.
Speaking earlier at the same event, United Capital Fertilizer Zambia Limited board chairperson Chance Kabai thanked government for rendering support to the company during the construction of the fertilizer plant.
Through you, would like to thank the President of the Republic of Zambia, who has also worked so hard. He has sent emissaries to come and see and monitor that we are in time to produce fertilizer and employ here over 1,000 workers.
The early distribution of farming imports has elated the farming community.
Well, this is excellent. We have been waiting for this day when government would flag off the visit, and we are happy that it has been done before the end of September.
BIZ founder Ivan Singoma has commended government for creating a conducive environment for the private sector to thrive and contribute to national development.
Here today is a testimony enough that government has created a conducive environment in order for the private sector to do the business normally. And so this is as it should be. United Capital Fertilizer has rolled out bags of fertilizers for the first time.
United Capital Fertilizer Zambia Limited has been engaged by government to supply fertilizer to 4 provinces, namely Muchinga, Northern, Western and Luapula. For Zanis, I'm Lakson Makodza.
Still on agriculture news, the Litunga Lubosi Imweko II has called on government to help commercialize wheat production in Western Province. The Litunga made the call when he visited a wheat field in Sikongo district, where he stressed the potential that wheat cultivation has in transforming the lives of the people. More in this report.
During the rain season, this is how the floodplains in Sikongo district would look like. And during the dry season, the fields lie dormant like this without any agricultural activity taking place, as seen in the rain season when rice is grown. To change the scenario and help address the high poverty levels prevailing in the district, Sikongo District Administration earlier this year identified wheat production as a viable venture to be undertaken during the dry season so as to fully exploit the potential that these plains hold. This resulted in establishment of wheat pilot fields, which have so far performed well, prompting farmers involved to ask government for extensive support.
Utata volufala masimu mo mezi alukataza kwakusela kwa lukataza holo ali kwa kusela kwa alushimba mabaketi ndose atwa lutwa kutuku malifuva nimiseveza ngapa luseveza kwa miseveza na hande muso balutuse kuli balufumane kwa tene za kwa kusela sama simu yalo nonamo simu yelo batakuli kama balutisa kwa tene za kutusa kuli hape isaho weleze kuliwekeza matene kama balutisa lilimiso.
District administration has continued engaging various stakeholders to ensure that this project is fully established and more farmers are brought on board to extensively cultivate wheat in the district.
In a smaller scale, look at what we have done. We want to think outside the box now. As a district, we are saying we want to go into commercial farming with what we have already demonstrated to understand that wheat can now grow. What is much needed in here is just irrigation. So we are have experts that in that field. Of course, DACO officers should also get that interest of looking at what we should do together with them. And these technocrats should come and advise on these cooperatives. We need to give them more of, to sensitize them in areas where they should know how to manage such things.
The plan, according to district administration, is to have over 1,000 hectares of land be utilized for wheat cultivation using proper irrigation methods. And this will be possible if government commits itself towards this project. Zanis, Sikongo District, Western Province.
And in health news, the Department of Health in Western Province has opened a pediatric center of excellency at Lewanika General Hospital in Mongo District. Ikachana Sindala witnessed the opening of the center and sent this report.
Government is dedicated to ensuring that various HIV quality health services are delivered to the community, where children are non-exceptional. In Mongo, a pediatric center of excellency that will offer HIV treatment for children living with HIV and also provide other services has officially been opened. Western Province Permanent Secretary Momo Akapelo graced the occasion.
As they now have a special children's clinic managing children living with HIV. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may be aware, the Lewanika General Hospital is the largest health facility in Western Province, which was intended to cover for higher level care for the whole province. It was at this facility that the first ART services were being offered in the province in 2006. Various HIV preventive services are now available at all government health institutions across the province. Mongo District did not have the first level hospital, being the provincial town. The Lewanika General Hospital had to provide such services.
And acting Western Province Director of Health Walu Vitalisulo says the Pediatric Center of Excellence is unique in the province, especially that children require special needs.
The Pediatric Center of Excellence, it's the first of its kind in Western Province, mainly done so to address the issues that we have with children. Children are not small adults. They are what they are. That is their children. They have special needs, specific needs that need special attention. And this is a step towards addressing those special needs.
The Pediatric Center of Excellency has been constructed with the help of funds from the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief PEPFAR. The project will bring services closer and enhance quality life for the people of Mongo District. Reporting for Zanis, I am Ikachana Sindala in Mongo, Western Province.
In Lusaka Province, the National Food and Nutrition Commission has noted the steady progress made in reducing stunting levels by using various agriculture interventions in communities. Commission Head of Public Health and Community Nutrition, Reda Habulembe, made the observation when donors under the Scaling Up Nutrition visited beneficiary of vegetable gardening in Mutendere and Kamulanga compounds in Lusaka. Here are the details.
It is becoming a common sight among women in Lusaka backyards in response to land scarcity. Sacks are being set aside for growing vegetables for gardening. Elizabeth Chibuye of Kamulanga Compound is among the beneficiaries of the Scaling Up Nutrition Phase 2 program, aimed at reducing stunting among children under the age of 2 years. She and other women, after being trained in gardening of various vegetables a few months ago, have taken the initiative seriously to improve the nutritional status of their households and to earn an income.
This is what us
grown. Then from there, we started, after growing, we eat vegetables. We've been eating mostly, and we sell. I have benefited as a family with my son, and I have the other one. We eat vegetables, we've benefited. It's good in nutrition.
Ile nashanga lepu, Chinese, chomodia na beetroot. Chamne nashangira hivi ni chukua chakuti na kulibeve mweti na vanatipunisira. Stina sana tirangizo kushanga na nikamba timonga timanyua ijaina ngutite ngamanyua ya mine ijayo sa gula chani vetriza kulibe. Tishanga che direct ya kutumwana ulo akudya veggie soup na eva kademu pasantanzi. So mwamine tinaishangira ija tinapunzira kushanga panyumba ulo bed but kangono cheunga kwanise kushanga. Program mwamine taikondera tifuna ipitilize socha because njala monga kuvana for example singaende pamwamba ibwerera pansi.
Donors, government and other partners visited beneficiary households to appreciate the impact of the program on communities. Winnie Mwelwa, Zanis, Lusaka.
Interesting story there. Now, government has taken over all logistical arrangements for the 21 accident victims of the United Church of Zambia who died in a road accident in Sama District on Monday 19th September 2022. Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu says government is making all necessary funeral arrangements to lessen the pain of the affected families. Mr. Mpundu has further disclosed that discussions with family members have been agreed upon to hold a mass service at the Nsumbu grounds and that all victims will be buried at one place.
Out of 26, 4 have been evacuated to Lusaka. There were supposed to be 6, but the other 2, they are in a very bad condition. They've decided to leave them behind to see how they are going to do maybe tomorrow so they can be taken to Lusaka also. And out of 26, 4 they've gone to Lusaka, 2 they are still monitoring them, and the other 20, they are bad, but they are much better than these that have gone.
From the provincial administration, you're already on the ground. We have spoken to the families and the church, and we have agreed that we're going to have a mass funeral. And we have also agreed with the families, the church, and government that we're going to bury in one burial site.
Chief Ishima Sakeni, the 60th of the Lunda people in Zambezi district, has urged all traditional leaders and their subjects to prepare for the National Day of Prayer, which falls on 18th October 2022. Chief Ishima notes that succession wrangles can be resolved through divine intervention. Let's take a look in this report.
The National Day of Prayer has great significance in promoting peace and unity in the country. However, unity and peace in chiefdoms has been threatened due to unsettled succession disputes. It is for this reason that Chief Ishima Sankeni, the 60th of the Lunda-speaking people in Zambezi district, has called on all traditional leaders to prepare and participate in this year's National Day of Prayer to promote unity in chiefdoms.
We have also the succession wrangles. We have the land wrangles. So these have led to chiefdom problems whereby property lives have been lost. And the only problem, or the only solution to solve these problems that are hindering development is prayer.
Overland Missions, a faith-based organization, is of the view that traditional leaders must play a role in the National Day of Prayer, as it is not only a day for government and the clergy, but for all Zambians.
One of the components that I would like to see upheld in greater fashion would be not only a day where the clergy gather, but the traditional leaders as well. When the nation sees the chiefs united, then they unite. You know, when you talked about the subjects and how to get them involved, and in my opinion, the best way to get subjects involved is when they see their leaders involved.
gospel artists have also committed themselves to participate in the National Day of Prayer.
I think it's a serious day, but I think we don't have to take it lightly. We don't have to politicize everything. You know, it's about Zambia being declared as a Christian nation and standing on that truth and not leveraging on, you know, our political ambitions.
The National Day of Prayer will be commemorated on October 18th, 2022, under the theme Promoting National Unity, Peace and Integration for a Peaceful and Prosperous Zambia. Reporting for Zanis in Lusaka, Sharon Walia.
In Southern Province, a 22-year-old housewife of Malubale village in Jikankata district has been detained by police in Mazabuka for dumping her newly born baby boy in a pit latrine. Kabangu Kandanda is said to have delivered a baby boy on 18 September 2022 around 01 hours in the morning in a banana field near her house and did not inform her husband Namushi Namangolwa, a cane cutter at Delta Farms. According to Mazabuka Police Commanding Officer James Mulua, Kabanda's husband Namangolwa, aged 27, only woke up to find his wife not on his bedside. In a statement to Zanis, Mr. Malua said the husband to the victim then went to search for his wife and found her standing outside the toilet door with the sound of a baby crying inside the pit latrine. He said Namangolwa then asked his neighbors to help him break the pit latrine, and the baby was rushed to Neganega Rural Health Post around 04 hours. In our sports news, the Samfya Local Authority has organized sports activities at the Samfya Beach as part of the commemoration of the Tourism Week, which will run from 19th to 27 September 2022. Samfya Council Chairperson James Kapilila flagged off the tournament with a call to promote sports as a tourism package. Kenneth Chomba filed in this report.
As part of the commemorations of the Tourism Week, which was launched yesterday in Samfya by the Minister of Tourism, Rodney Skumba, the local authority has organized various sports activities at the Samfya Beach. Flagging off the sporting activities, Samfya Council Chairperson notes the importance of sports in tourism.
We want to incorporate sports in the activities or in our package, in our tourism package, so that it becomes easy for the people that come in the district to find it more funny. And that's why we've taken lead in wanting to ensure that, you know, there are different sporting activities that are around here the beach as well as deep in the inner land.
Samfya secondary sports teacher whose school took part in the girls soccer and volleyball wants more tournaments to be organized at the beach so as to promote tourism.
You know, the only way we can encourage them is also to come up with tournaments. Each and every time, at least they are able to come here, they compete.
Meanwhile, Samfya Rockets FC manager wants more sensitization to promote various sports disciplines at the beach.
It would be imperative that we encourage clubs that are based, especially in Samfya and around Samfya, to come up with teams like how to play beach soccer, and then educate them on the rules and the like, even personnel.
This year's Tourism Week is being commemorated under the theme, The Thinking Tourism. Kenneth Chomba reporting for the Zanis News in Samfya District.
As we end Zanis News, a reminder of the top stories. World Vision hands over Vulamukoko Dam. Government flags off farming input distribution for 2022-2023. Burial arrangements set for the 21 UCZ accident victims. Plus, Samfya holds sports to commemorate Tourism Week. Thanks for staying with us. Remember, we are one Zambia, one nation. My name is Juliet Mutala saying bye-bye and God bless.